hope you're all doing fine. So quickly, first of all, I see a lot of comments here. There's Mothership, Dennis, Aradhya is here, and Janya is here, and very well. So there's a lot of kids here already. I hope you guys are all doing fine. How's school and how's everything, everyone? So first of all, today's live session would be a little bit different. The reason for that is that today's lesson would be only about the doubts that I recently got. There's a lot of kids out of you guys who has sent me doubts around. So we're going to focus on those doubts first of all, and we're going to see how to solve those questions of the NVR. Aradhya says it's good. I'm glad, Aradhya. Okay, so now we're going to start with the lesson, but let's move on to the culture that we always follow, which is me introducing you guys about GLECTA. So GLECTA is a London-based tutoring platform which provides services for 11+, KS3, GCSEs and A-levels. I hope you guys have learned this by now, and if you guys have still not liked the video, you guys should start liking the video. Mothership says he has problems in hidden shapes. That is, you should have sent me questions. What questions are you confused with, Mothership? I would have loved to solve them. Anyways, no problem. You guys can still send the questions. Maybe when I have a next doubt session live, I will take up more questions for you guys. And Aradhya says how your day is. So far, it's been good. And I hope to have a good weekend with the family, so hope for the best. Ghazal says, cool, good. Dennis says it was hard. I got that. Okay, so once you guys understand, and whoever has not joined GLECTA yet, you guys should join. And also, not only you guys should join this, but also you should tell your friends to join it. Whoever is here, you guys would know how much you like watching these videos, how much you enjoy in the lessons, how much we talk about riddles in the lessons. So you guys should ask your friends to come over as well. We would have more fun in the classes then. Okay, moving on to, because there is no topics to be covered today, so let's just move on to the questions itself. This is the first question that says, which one. So this question was asked by Raina, and this says, choose which one of the pictures is most unlike the other four. So there's a lot of lines. So first thing, there's a trick that I've told you guys 1,000 times, which is when you guys have lines, start with counting the number of lines. So let's do that. Let's count the number of lines. So it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all of them have the 10 lines. Oh my God, Mothership was the first one who said B, Dennis, Aradhya, and that is correct. All of you guys, it is B. It has diagonal lines. That can also go. That is correct. But as we all know, in NVR, we have more than one way to solve a question. So you can solve this question based on the number of lines. Even then, you would get B. If you think about it, all the others have 90-degree angles with one and the other line, while in B, there's some that are not so 90-degree. So yes, you can think of counting, or you can also think of the angle of lines. Quite good you guys are getting, I'm glad. That is correct, Dennis, that it has diagonal lines and the others haven't. And Mothership, you said that it has non-right angles. That's also correct. You guys are getting better. I like this. Okay, so I've tried to sum up, or I would say I've tried to mingle up the questions that belong from the same topic so that accordingly we can solve. So there goes the next question. Again, this question was by Jevin. It says, choose which one of the pictures is most unlike the other four. Let's see. Okay, first of all, I want you guys to think about this on your own. I'm not helping. First of all, you guys think of it. I have told you guys the logic in the last question as well. So think of what we did in the last question. A lot of other kids have answered as well. Jenna has answered, Abdullah has answered. Radhya says 2 is D, okay? Okay. Mothership says it's E, okay? So there's votes for D and there's votes for E. Let's look at this. Now again, the trick was, whenever you see lines, the first thing that you do is count the number of lines. So in the first one, you have 1, 2, 3 lines in the inside of the triangle. And here, 1, 2, 3. There's 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me write down 6 so we remember this. This has 2 and 3. That's 5. This is 2 and 1. That's 3. That's 4 and 3. That's 7. 1 and 2. That's 3. Anyone wants to change the answer? Aradhya has changed the answer. That is correct now, Aradhya. The answer is A. The reason is it's the only one that has odd number of lines. That's the only one that has even number of lines. The other ones have odd number of lines. So now you get it? And why did you guys say E? Can somebody please explain why they said E? Let's look at why so many kids have been saying that it's E. What's so different in E? I see it is exactly same as C, just rotated. Is it not? For me it is. It's quite very much like C, except it's rotated. So according to that, all the outer figures are exactly the same. So you can see that there is no concept that the outer figure would make a difference. We're going to count the number of lines on the inside. If you count the number of the lines on the inside, you would see it's A because it has even number of lines. Other ones have odd. There's also another pattern. What pattern? Okay, let's tell. Aradhya, I would want you to tell me. Sorry, it was an accident, and then everybody said it. A and D are not very close to each other. Now, are they? Don't make mistakes like this. Advit says hi. Hi, Advit. Okay, moving on to the next question. I checked rotation. Okay, Ghazal said he checked rotation. What was the problem in rotation? That the rotation of the exact same figure, except the number of lines on the inside are changing. I chose A because it did not have a copy. Fair enough, but so doesn't B and D. B and D has no copies. So, moving on to the next question that came from, I think this was Naz, and this is again for odd one out. Just got done with your son. Okay, so choose which one of the pictures is most unlike the other 4. This says, okay, there's 5 figures. Let's look at the figures now and see if we can get the answer. Ghazal said, I forgot the count. You must remember the count if you got to do good. Okay, looking at this, I see a lot of different figures here. There's a lot of lines around. So if you count them one by one, okay, a lot of kids are voting for D, okay. Jana says D. Anybody else other than D? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, square, okay. This has 4 on the inside, triangles here. Okay, number of circles is 4. Number of triangle is 1. Number of square is 2. I'm talking about the inner ones, the black ones. And there's 1 line. Number of circles here is also 4. Number of triangle here is 1. Number of square here is 2. Number of line here is 1. Okay, look at this. Number of circles here is 4. Number of triangle here is 1. Number of square here is 2. Number of lines here though is 2. That's an odd one out, seems like it. Number of circles here is 1, 2, 3, 4. Number of triangles here is 1. number of square here is 1 and 2, and number of lines here is 1. Number of circles here is 4, number of triangles here is 1, number of square here is 2, number of lines here is 1. Why did you guys say D? It would be C, clearly. It's the only one that has 2 lines. All the other ones have exact same numbers of our things. One thing that I notice in you guys is that you guys have stopped actually working with the countings. Count. Do not forget, even the most complicated questions can be solved with the easiest kind of tricks. Count is one of that. We forget to count somehow, but you don't have to. Start with the count always. Just count. Most of the questions can be solved by this. I did not know all 3 of these questions will have count, but they did. So do count. Okay? Moving on to this question. Now this question was given by Quab, and she says, okay, so the question says, to answer these questions you need to work out a code. You are given 3 or 4 boxes on the left, followed by separate boxes on the right by a dividing line. Each box on the left has a pair of letters in which are a code for the shape or the shapes in the box. You need to work out the code that applies to the shape on the left and choose the pair of letters that should be given to the shape or shapes in the box on the right. Okay, so let's look at this question. So first thing that I told you, do not look at the shapes. First look at the codes. It says S and S. What do you guys think is common in this S? What I see is this, and dot, 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 and this. That seems like S to me. Now this has L, M, and N. That's nothing common, but we do know that R codes for. What is, okay, so S has a line in the middle for both of them. R has no line. It's a dot, this, dot, 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 circle. Now looking at L, M, and N, if you guys look at this, the shape for L seems like this. For M, it's a square. For N, it's a double circle. Now I need this, and I need this. So that would be R on the top, because it was a question from the top, and then L here. R and L, the answer should be C. Perfect. Wow, Advit figured it out. Good. Aradhya figured it out. And Ghazal did. Yes, Ghazal, I saw that. I am not doing this right. Why not, Dennis? Why was it difficult? Do not look at the figures. Figures are confusing. Do not ever look at the figures. Directly look at the alphabets. Try to find out what the alphabets are common. Whichever one alphabets are common, then look at those figures which have common alphabets. Figure out what is the commonality in the figure. Then, now because S is talking about this, dot figure, naturally because R is also on the top, it would also talk about the same. Try to understand that. L, M, and N will be talking about different variations of the same thing, which was the figure that was beneath the dots. So try to do it like that, okay? Connect to it. Okay, next question, again for codes, the vertical codes. We're going to do horizontal codes as well. So looking at this, oh, I have 3F. That's a lot. Okay, 3F, and all 3 of them, if I look at it very well, they all have circles which are of bold lines, right? The outside circle, the bigger circle, is of bold line. So F is going to be a bold line circle. While if you look at G, that has a dotted circle. So let's say it's that. We're going to figure out if it is or not. Now moving on to, and G also has a dot. Now if I look at it, if you can look at it, F all have different kinds of circle. So maybe the difference is not the type of the circle, maybe the difference is having a dot on the circle. So G means it will have a dot, F means it won't be about any dot. Moving on to P, Q, O, and M. They're all different. But P has a circle here, while Q has it on the same side, so that's not definitely it. Okay. Then O has it on the bottom side, but M has it on the bottom side as well. So what is the difference? Okay, okay. If you now see it, P has all bold. Q and M has dotted in it. So this is also bold. Q and M has dots in them. And then, which means if it is bold and present on the top corner, it is P. If it's dot and on the top right corner, it is Q. And then M is about having it at the bottom right corner, but it should be in dots. So that is the code. Now let's look at this. I need bold and a dot. Bold at the bottom here, so it's O, definitely O, and a dot, which is G. So according to that, the answer should be A. Why are you guys so confused in the chat section? What happened? I can't see your annotation. Oh, you guys can't see my annotation. Hold on, everyone. Did you guys now see it? Wait a second, let me check. Yeah, perfect. Okay, give me a second, you guys would see it. Okay, now you guys see it? Perfect. Now look at this. What I said was F means a circle without any dot. G means a circle with a dot. P and O are the alphabets, which are both for bold circles, but their positions are different. For P, it's a bold circle on the right top corner. For O, it's a bold circle on the bottom right corner. Then for Q, it's a dotted circle at the top right corner. For M, it's a dotted circle at the bottom right corner. So according to that, I need a bold circle at the bottom right corner. Bold top right, bottom right corner is O. So I wrote O here. G was with a dot, so G at the top. Make sense now? I hope this is all clear to you guys. If you guys have any confusion, tell me so that we can go through this question from the top. But I hope this should be clear to you all, because I don't see anyone, any single one of you have answered the question. Is this the same question? No. Miss, I can't see the annotations. I hope you guys are now able to see the annotations, because nobody has said A. So please quickly tell me you understood this. Mothership said yes. Pyali said yes. Perfect. Ghazal said true. Okay. Aradha is confused. Aradha, you're confused? Dennis says, surprise. Wow. Why are you surprised? You guys got the concept? The question is okay for you now? Let's move on to the next one. Okay, this question changed the type. The question says 5 squares on the left contain figures arranged in an order to form a sequence. One of the square is missing here, which in this case is the 4th box. Choose which one of the 5 squares on the right from the options should take the place of the empty square. Let's look at this. Let's see what is it. Black, white, white, black, white, white. So it seems to be that the concept is 1 black, then black. 1 black, then 2 white, then 1 black, and then 2 white. Let's see. Then it starts with white, it goes black, then it has 2 white, then a black, then a white. Which means it got a bit down, which means in this series here, there was a white added. But because the number of dots have to stay the same, which is 6, that means it goes down, which means this one was deleted. Let's see if this follows in the next question. Let's see, it is white, white, then black, then white, white, then black. It's exactly same like the first one, which means it goes 1 up, then again back down. That means, let's see if this one follows it. White, black, white, white, black, white. Doesn't seems to be. We just couldn't see the question. Okay, you could not see the question itself? Okay. Feeling it is D. Why do you say it's D? Okay, let's look at this. A or C. Give me reasons. Don't just claim. So, give me reasons and then I'll think about your answers. Okay, looking at the colors, it does not really follow the concept. So, let's remove the circles. Let's look at if it does follow any other pattern, because it has to follow a difficult or a different pattern. Moving on to looking at how they're moving. This was on this corner, then it moved to this corner, then it moved to the middle. Then probably it should get to this corner. Why? From the corner to the other corner, then in the middle, the first one I'm talking about, then it should go to this corner. This starts from this corner. This is middle, so no. This is middle, so no. This is corner, so yes. This is no, so no. Okay, maybe A and D. Okay, why is it D, everyone? Because my brain told me it. Why did your brain say D? There has to be a feeling. So Ghazal says it's a feeling. Dennis says my brain told me. Why? If it's D, why is it D? B, then why is it B? Because it got back to the start. That is correct. The concept is that right. And so it has to go back to the first. Then looking at the corner one, this is also doing the exact same thing. This corner, then stays in this corner. So it should move back to this corner and stay in this corner. So left, then right and right, then left, left, and then right. That's what it is supposed to do. Now A and D are both doing the same. So let's look at the colors so that we don't get, okay, so many, wow, what you guys saying? It is moving down the string. When it reached the end, it has to go to the start. Perfect, perfect. It is moving down, okay, that is correct. It is perfect. That is moving down the string. The colors keep on moving down the string. And because they have moved completely down to the string, they have to go back up. So if you follow the colors, it should be black, then white and white, then black, and then white and white. On the other hand, A quite literally looks like the second block, which it should not. So the answer to this question should be D. It is correct. It should be D. Okay. Oh, wow. Lots of lines here. Let's look at the lines now. The same question, it is for series, and again the fourth block is missing. So let's look at this. Okay, so number of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This dot is all same, so it is 5 for all. But let's look at the rotation of this figure, because it's exactly the same figure except it's rotating. So let's follow the top curve, this curve. This curve in the left top corner, this curve gets into the bottom left corner. This curve gets into the right bottom corner. Now it should be here. So it is here in B, it is here in C. It's not in D, it's not in E, it's not in A. So the options are B and C. Dennis, follow the questions. Stop. And Ghazal, you too. Okay. Now looking at the difference between B and C, I see the triangle has been displaced. So let's look at where should be the triangle. So if I look at my question back again, my triangle should be right where the curve is. From the curve, I go down and I have my triangle. So let's look at this. And okay, so the triangle is moving. So it's moving from this curve to this curve, then back to this curve. So it should be back to this S curve. Wherever you see a big S, in here you should have the curve, the triangle which is present in C. Hence the answer should be C. B, since the triangle is pointing up, that's no concept. Here the triangle is pointing here, in here it's here, in here it's here, in here it's going down. There's no particular direction to it. So you should follow which curve the triangle is into. In the first question it was on the top curve, then it got to the S curve, then again to the top curve, so it should be in the S curve. The S is upside down in this one. but it's still the same. So it should be C. Perfect, everyone. Okay, now done with series. Let's look at some other questions. Let's look at this. You guys have a lot of questions with code. Let's look at this question. It says, okay, that's a lot of difficult ones. X and X I see common. In X and X, I see that the lines are almost the same. So X has this line and X has this line. Okay, let's look at M. It has this with an arrow. Then it has Y with this arrow. Then it has J with the upside arrow. Okay, in this one there's arrow on both sides. Okay, let's look at this now. Then there is C and C. Okay. Look at the number of right angles, everyone, quickly. Okay, X and X, number of right angles. 1, 4, that's 5, 6. 1, 4, and 1, 6. X is 6 right angles. Then moving on to M, 1, 4, 4, 8, 4, 12, 13, and 14. So that's 14. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. J is 1, 4, and 4, 8, 9, 10. You guys see it now? The number of right angles, count the number of right angles. For those who have not counted the number of right angles, there you go. Okay, now moving on to the second alphabet, I see the C as common, C here and C here. Looking at the number of arrows, C has only one number of arrow. So first of all, I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 4 arrowheads and I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 8 number of right angles. So for 8, it is definitely B. Well, let's check it out with the number of arrowheads as well. L has 3 number of arrowheads, B have 2, N has 4. I need 4, so that is why N, the answer should be B. Why are you guys still saying E? It's B. What's going on? Why are you guys confused? Okay, do you guys see why it's B now? Count. Very carefully count. Then, Ghazal, why are you still saying D? So, in this one, the first alphabet was talking about number of right angles. And the second alphabet is talking about number of arrowheads. You get it? This is how you're supposed to solve the question. Perfect. Now, let's move on to one last question. That's to nets, because a lot of kids have nets. Ghazal says he's confused. Ghazal, look at the first alphabet, which is X, M, Y, X, and J, and count the number of right angles for each one of them. X and X, both the X have 6 number of right angles. Count the other ones, you will know. Then the second alphabet, which is here the common C and C, they're both talking about the number of arrowheads present in each figure. So you can take a screenshot for this one, pause the video for yourself, take a screenshot, and we're moving forward. Okay? Okay, let's do this question, which is nets. Now, nets is something that a lot of kids have problems with. They have really confusions. First thing, get nets. If you're not enrolled with GLECTA, you should, because the nets are provided here in the classes so that the kids can take screenshots of nets and they can cut it out at home and make cubes of it. If not, then you can find yourself some nets, or I'll try to get them for you in the next class. Okay, the first is make a practice of making nets. If you have not done that, the confusions of the questions is natural because you don't see how to fold it. But for this one, it's quite easy. This net, you should fold this here, and then just rotate the other 4 around it. You'll get the net. Now, I need a plus and a circle on the left-hand side to it, and on the top, I need lines. Plus, circle, okay, this can be done if I put it here. The rule says that if you're picking a block from the bottom and putting it at the top, or vice versa, there's no rotation needed. If you do that, the plus can come at the top, but the problem is, if I put the plus on the top, it would not match my question figure because I need lines above the, I need lines which are above the plus. And also, look at the direction of line. I need straight lines. These are horizontals. Look at this. Okay, I have plus, I have circle. Plus and circle. The circle should be on the left-hand side to the plus. So if you rotate the entire thing, if you rotate this like 90 degrees towards the right-hand side, you would see the plus and the circle are exactly in the same position. If I rotate this, the lines would go 90-degree rotation, which would be straight lines. If you touch them, you will get the cube. Dennis said B, that is perfect. Mothership said not D. Yeah, not D is not the answer. Miss, can you rotate the cube? Yes, you can. You can just imagine rotating the entire cube. Not just 1 or 2 blocks, but the entire cube. Okay, so this is about nets. If you guys do have confusion in nets, you guys can enroll with us in the classes. We're going to soon start with the topic of nets in the classes as well. And also, if you guys have any questions, you can send it to us because we are going to have future doubt sessions as well. I hope you guys have liked the video, subscribed to the channel, and shared it with your friends. And I gave you guys a task, so follow that. Get your friends to join us so that we can have more fun in the classes. So this would be it for today. I hope you guys have understood everything. I hope I've cleared more doubts. In the next live, I would try to have a longer one, and I would try to solve more and more questions with you guys. Please send your answers in. Mothership says it's hidden shapes. Perfect. Hidden shapes is hard. I do get it. So Mothership, if you have any specific questions that you have doubt in, you can send it to the management and we will solve them in the next class. So this would be it for my side. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you the next time. Bye-bye. Take care, everyone.